Your teachers lied to you about confidence. They said, just be yourself and stop caring what others think. But if it was that easy, you wouldn't be deleting that post for the third time at 2 a.m., wondering what everyone will say about it. 95% of people will waste their entire lives performing for an audience that isn't even watching. The 5% who broke free didn't find some magical confidence switch. They understood one psychological principle that rewires everything. You don't care what people think, you care what you think people think. And your brain is terrible at guessing because it's still running 10,000-year-old software when getting rejected by the tribe meant dying alone in the wilderness. They did this experiment once, put people in embarrassing t-shirts and made them walk into rooms full of strangers. Then they asked the person wearing the shirt how many people noticed. They guessed like half the room. The actual number was less than 20%. Your brain thinks you're the main character in everyone's movie. You're not even a background character. You're the blurry person walking past that nobody will remember in 5 minutes. Think about yesterday. You saw dozens of people. Now tell me what any of them were wearing. You can't, because you weren't paying attention to them. You were thinking about yourself, just like they were thinking about themselves. Just like everyone is always thinking about themselves. But knowing this doesn't fix anything because your nervous system is screaming, if they reject you, you'll die. And facts don't calm down a threat response that thinks survival is on the line. So this is what actually works. 3 things that attack your brain from angles it can't defend against. Separate real consequences from imagined ones. Your brain treats them identically. Posting that thing feels like it will destroy your life. Map it out, though. What actually happens in reality? Someone thinks you're weird. They keep scrolling. That's the entire disaster you've been avoiding for weeks. Real consequences mean losing your job, getting evicted, material damage to your actual life. Most things you're scared of are just uncomfortable feelings, and you've felt uncomfortable before and survived every single time. Once you see the worst case is feeling bad for a few hours, it stops controlling you. Act first, feel brave later. Everyone gets this backwards. You're sitting around waiting to feel brave before doing the thing. That's not how human psychology works. You act first, then your brain updates its threat assessment. Every time you do the scary thing and survive, your brain recalibrates. It goes, oh, I flagged that as dangerous, but we're fine, so maybe it's not actually dangerous. But when you wait for fear to disappear first, you're teaching your brain the fear was correct. You're building the exact pattern you're trying to break. Post it, say it, wear it, do it scared. The fear doesn't leave before, it leaves after. Stop giving power to people who don't deserve it. The ones judging you hardest are usually doing nothing with their own lives. The people actually taking risks, building things, creating stuff, they're not sitting around judging you. They're too busy living their own lives and dealing with their own critics. You're letting people you don't even respect control your decisions. Think about the kind of person who spends their time judging others online or talking behind backs. You probably think they're insecure and miserable with nothing better to do, so why are their imaginary opinions running your entire life? You wouldn't take advice from them, but you're letting them decide what you post, what you wear, what you say. The whole game is backwards. You'll never completely stop caring what people think. That's fine. You're a social creature with millions of years of evolution wiring you to care about the group. The goal isn't reaching zero caring. The goal is caring less about their opinion than you care about the thing you actually want. Right now, that ratio is broken. Their opinion weighs 80, your desire weighs 20. You need to flip those numbers. When what you want hits 80 and their opinion drops to 20, everything changes. Not because you became confident, because you reprioritized. Confidence is a feeling. Feelings are unreliable and change based on how much sleep you got last night. This is about what gets weighted higher in the decision, their comfort or your growth, their approval or your goals, their validation or your life direction. Most people choose other people's comfort over their own growth. Then they spend decades wondering why nothing in their life ever changes. Because real change requires making other people uncomfortable. Specifically, the uncomfortable feeling when people don't get what you're doing. Not everyone is supposed to understand. That's not a design flaw. So pick the thing you want. Make it concrete. Make it bigger than the fear of what Karen from high school might think when she sees your post. Then caring what people think shifts from mandatory to optional. You'll still hear the noise. The difference is it stops deciding anything. It becomes background static while you do what you were going to do anyway.